everyone, Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com here with another video tutorial for you in my series called Flashcards. Today's card is just, it's such a throwback and very Mad Men, I thought. And I'm going to be teaching you this fabulous little embossing technique. Just another fun way to use your flashcard template. Let's get started with today's card. Now, I'm going to be using the Flashcard Original series. Now, if you've not seen the video explaining flashcards and how we take these same two pieces of cardstock and change them up, just go to YouTube and search Connie Stewart Flashcards. Should be the first video to pop up, and I'll share with you how you can keep these pieces on hand and always make a card in a flash. My flashcard pieces today are Real Red and Whisper White. My card base today is Lucky Limeade, and I've cut that at 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. So it is just a standard card base. All right, well, let's get started with our flashcard pieces today, you guys. I'm going to have you do very quick cutting, and I need you to cut both of these down to 3 1/4 inches. So it's going to look something like this, and you're going to have these little pieces left over, but save those because you know me, I'm going to come up with something for it, so hold on to those. And so now let's come in and start to work on those two flashcard pieces. We're going to be doing some big shot work, as you can see. I'm going to be using my Label Collection framelits, one of my favorites. It's perfect. I love it. What we're going to do is you're going to find the framelit that fits perfectly on that piece of cardstock. I believe this is the second from the smallest. So you're going to run that through your big shot. And we're going to have this, and we're going to keep both these pieces. And let me show you what you're going to be doing with this inside frame. We're going to trim it down, and don't worry, it's not going to show, so you don't have to get out a paper trimmer or anything. But you notice how I'm trimming, oh, I don't know, what is that, maybe about 1/4 inch from that little scallopy guy right there. So we're going to have a piece left over. Trash that, we don't need that. But we're going to take these pieces, and we're going to adhere it to the bottom of our frame. We're going to kind of elongate that piece a little bit, and I just layered it right with that little scallop that's there on the end. Very easy. Simple, simple, right? Well, I kind of didn't like this harsh line that I got right here, so I decided to run it through an embossing folder. I don't know if you can kind of see that there, but I used the Perfect Polka Dots embossing folder, and I felt like it just kind of made it all look like one big piece. So I really like how that came out. So you're going to prepare it that way. We'll set that aside, and now let's come in and work on our Whisper White piece. Now, to do the embossing, I did post a video on YouTube sharing with you how to create a shim so that you can use your framelits to emboss with. So if you've not learned this technique, or you have no clue what I'm talking about, just go to YouTube and search Simply Simple Embossing Framelits. From there, you will find my video. I'm going to teach you how to create a shim that you're going to use over and over again so that you can start using your framelits to emboss. Very fun technique. So let me show you how we're going to create our little embossing sandwich. I've got my multi-purpose platform. I've got that shim that I talked about. I've got a silicone craft sheet. We'll lay that down. Now we're going to put our cardstock, our white cardstock, and that small framelit blade side up. This is so important. I have this underlying fear that I'm actually going to put blade side down and I'm going to cut through my silicone mat. I don't want you to have that fear. So just always tell yourself when you're embossing, that blade must be face up. So I've got that on there, and then I'll put on a cutting mat. You're going to run that through your Big Shot machine. You notice I have all the tabs are down. Run that through your Big Shot machine, and you're going to have something fantabulous like that. See that great little embossed image? Okay, well, now that we have that, let's get to stamping. I'm going to be using 2 stamp sets today. The first one is the Best of Love stamp set. This one has just been a real favorite of mine. As you can see, I just love that Olive You stamp. Very fun. And then the other stamp set we're going to be using, because I felt it just went perfect with the Olive You, is Happy Hour. Again, this whole set, is it Mad Men or what? It really is. So those are the 2 stamps we'll be using today. So the first thing I'm going to do, with some basic black ink, I'm going to stamp my Olive You stamp in the center of that great little framelit. You're then going to come in with your Stampin' Right markers, and we can color those in. I'm not going to take the time to do all that for you, but you'll color those in, and it's going to look like this. And you notice I've put some Stampin' Dimensionals on there because I thought this frame really needed that. So now let's come in with that great frame that we made, and we're just going to center it up so that our two little frames come together. Awesome, right? Okay, well, I'm ready to put this on a card, so let's get going with our actual card. This is where I'm now going to come in with the martini glass from the happy hour, and I'm stamping this in Lucky Limeade, and I'm just going to put some martini glasses going down the side there. And I loved how that looked, but I felt like it was just a little plain here. So I came in with one of my embossing folders. You can use whichever one just makes you happy. I'm going to be honest, I use the one that's actually sitting out. That's really how it goes when I stamp. Which one's out? That's the one I'll use. This is the chevron, which again I thought was very retro and fun. And you notice I've just put it down the side because I didn't want to emboss my martinis there. You're going to run that through your Big Shot, and it's going to look like this. So we're all ready to go there. Let's go ahead and add our frame. And we'll just put some of our adhesive on here and stick it down. Beautiful, right? But you know what? I had these two pieces left over, and I was trying to figure out what to do with them. So let me show you a really fun little technique we're going to do to create this little flag. This is so awesome. Check this out. You're going to line up your white on the red, and you notice I've just got it flush here at the bottom. Take your scissors and right there in the middle make a slit, and then you can come from each side and cut right up to that the end point that you made there. And then when we pull those away, are you ready for the magic? We give that a slide, and they're perfectly matched up. I know, right? It's fabulous. Okay, so we've got that done. Obviously we will now adhere this onto the card. And you can see what I've done here. I took the little olive from the happy hour stamp set, and I think you guys are all probably familiar with this technique. This is where we take a marker and we just go directly onto the stamp. Get the little pimento there. Anyway, you'll ink that up and stamp it right here on your card, on your little flag. And that olive I did want to show you a fun little technique. I was struggling a little bit because, you know, I didn't want to try to deal with all of that. So let me show you my solution. I took a Post-it note and I just came in. Oh, see, it's too wet. Or I didn't have the wet side. All right. See, I was going to be so smart, but this did work earlier. So we can kind of, oh, wouldn't you know it? All right. Well, I promise you this did work when I did it earlier. You know what? I guess if you got really desperate, we could put that on there and tape it down, or I'll hold it down. I knew there'd be a solution. Okay, that just looks like way too much work now, doesn't it? Well, let me tell you what, guys, it really does work. And you would just take this fabulous thing and you'd stamp it, and you might be a little frustrated, but you know what? It will say all of you. So there you go. Truthfully, I think after now that I've realized that so did not work, I would just clean that stamp and just with my black marker ink up the word all of you, and we'll be good. Okay, well, there you go. That's how it sometimes goes when you're stamping, right? You guys know. All right, well, now that I've got, thank heavens I have a flag done, right? We're going to take that, we're going to adhere that just right inside our card, like so. I figure, hey, I've got my little martini. Let's go ahead and just add one more. And that is our card for today. What do you think? I hope you like it. I thought it was just really fun. Now listen, all the supplies I used today, except for that Post-it note, all the supplies I used today you can find at simplysimplestamping.com. There's an order online button. You'll have it shipped right to your door. Think about it. You'll be stamping with this in no time. And also, if you love the idea of flashcards, but maybe cutting flashcards doesn't excite you too much, not a problem. If you go to Simply Simple Stamping, you'll see right there on the right-hand side the 5 different collections that you can choose from in the flashcard color collection. Or hey, maybe you're just ready to go for the whole collection. Why not? I mean, buy 4 and you're going to get the 5th one at half price, and I throw in a few extra little goodies for you. So be sure to check that out. There's lots of great ideas. That shim video is also available on Simply Simple Stamping. Check it out. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this series. I'm having a blast sharing with you. I hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.